Manipur peace talks hits roadblocks as Kuki delegation's reluctance undermines progress on key resolutions for inter-community truce. Kokomi declines participations in recent peace talks, criticizing the government's approach to Manipur crisis. Violence erupts again in Konsaram village as large groups of armed men attack villagers over a land dispute. And Meitei BJP MLAs participate in Thado Cultural Festival in Assam as Thado community rejects link with Kuki. Hello and welcome. You are watching ISCOM Primetime English News. This is Nancy giving you the news in details. In what was meant to be a landmark step towards lasting peace, today's tripartite talk between the Meitei and Kuki communities in Manipur encountered significant challenges. Despite efforts to adopt 6 key resolutions addressing the ongoing conflict, the Ministry of Home Affairs expressed dissatisfaction with the level of cooperation from the Kuki delegations. This development has raised concerns within the central government team led by Northeast Advisor A.K. Mishra regarding the future trajectory of these peace negotiations. The discussions held from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. centered on pivotal resolutions intended to resolve violence and restore normalcy in the state. A 6-member delegation representing the Meitei community, including members from the All Manipur United Clubs organizations, AMUCO, and the Federations of Civil Society Organizations, FOX, actively participated in the talks. They were joined by 8-member Kuki delegations led by representatives from the Zumi Council and Kuki Zoo Council. The Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, COCOMI, has announced its decision to consciously decline participations in the recent peace talks orchestrated by the Ministry of Home Affairs between the Meitei and Kuki communities. COCOMI has labeled the meeting as a stage spectacle designed to validate the narrative put forth by Union Home Minister Amit Shah in Parliament, which characterizes the ongoing crisis in Manipur as merely an ethnic conflict between the Meitei and Kuki communities, allegedly triggered by the High Court's directive on the Scheduled Tribes ST status for Meiteis. In a statement, COCOMI described the Union Home Minister's portrayal of the crisis as a gross distortion of the facts. The group emphasized that this narrative ignored the deeper and more dangerous realities that have been consistently highlighted since the onset of the conflict. According to COCOMI, the government has been enabling a proxy war by supporting Chin Kuki narco-terrorist groups through the suspension of operations agreement, a policy initiated in 2005. COCOMI has asserted that the government of India is not seen as a neutral mediator by the people of Manipur, but as an active party in the conflict. COCOMI further criticized the government's approach, accusing it of employing symbolic gestures to create the illusions of progress without taking genuine steps to address the root causes of the crisis. The group stated that the recent meeting, hastily organized and attended by a select few representatives from both communities, was a tactical move to provide talking points for the Home Minister's speech in Parliament. The statement also pointed out that the government of India has failed to take any substantial measures to resolve the conflict since its outbreak and has instead avoided responsibility while continuing to support separatist elements. COCOMI reiterated its demands for meaningful dialogue, which include enforcing the rule of law, neutralizing hostile elements in the hill areas, holding accountable those who defy peace initiatives and immediately abrogating the Sioux Agreement. Among the group's other demands were ensuring unimpeded access to highways, prosecuting those obstructing peace efforts, addressing the real causes of the crisis, including illegal immigrations, narco-terrorism, and separatist agendas, and engaging with the leadership of the Sioux groups, whose influence has overshadowed civilian representatives. Kokomi also highlighted the prolonged crisis as a result of the government's covert encouragement of separatist elements. The groups argued that genuine dialogue could only occur once a terror-free environment was restored and the government took responsibility for disarming militant factions and enforcing the rule of law. The statement concluded by accusing the governments of India of pursuing a divisive agenda by weaponizing ethnic identities to further its counter-insurgency operations and geopolitical interest. Kokomi urged the people of Manipur and the wider global community to recognize this strategy and call for a commitment to justice, lasting peace, and the preservation of Manipur's territorial integrity and indigenous heritage. Despite the ongoing peace-building efforts facilitated by the Union Ministry of Home Affairs, the situations on the ground in Manipur remains tense and volatile. Today, a fresh outbreak of violence occurred in Konsaram village, where a large group of armed people reportedly launched an attack on the residents of Ziliangrong colony over a land dispute. According to sources, a group of 200 to 300 men and boys descended upon the colony, a settlement of the Liangmai Naga community. During the attack, 7 to 8 individuals were reportedly beaten and 2 prominent village leaders, village chief Emsant Abonmai, age 65, and village chairman D. Adam, age 40, sustained serious injuries. The armed groups also vandalized their vehicles in the assault. Both injured leaders were immediately rushed to the Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, RIMS, in Imphal for urgent medical treatment. The unprovoked attack has once again reignited tensions between the two groups, particularly as it follows a similar incident earlier this year that had already strained relations. On January 7, 2025, a woman working in her farmland in Konsan was reportedly assaulted by armed men who also destroyed her mobile phone. This incident sparked outrage among the Liangmai community and highlighted fears in the surrounding areas. Just 2 days later, on January 9, fresh unrest erupted in Konsakul and neighboring villages as Liangmai community members protested against the repeated targeting of civilians and what they perceived as inactions from the authorities. Local leaders have now called for immediate interventions by both the state and central governments to prevent further attacks and ensure the safety of residents in mixed and peripheral villages. They have demanded stronger security measures, the neutralizations of armed groups, and a comprehensive investigations into the ongoing assaults on the residents of the area. In a show of cultural unity, Manipur BJP MLAs, including those from the Meitei community, participated in the first Assam state-level Hun Thadao Cultural Festival 2025 held at the Rukmini Naga Auditorium in Guwahati yesterday. The festival, as iconic celebrations of the Thadao tribe-rich heritage, saw active participations from several prominent leaders of the Thadao community, further highlighting the cultural diversity of Manipur. Among the key attendees were BJP MLAs Govindas Konthausam of Bisnupur Assembly Constituency, Thongam Santi of Moirang AC, Mayang Lambam Rameswar of Kakching AC, and Dinganglung Gangmei of Nungba AC, who joined hundreds of Thadao people from across the region in a vibrant display of traditions and solidarity. The event was organized by the Thadao Community International in collaborations with the Thadao INPI Manipur and the Thadao Students Association, GHQ, and witnessed a diverse crowd, including Thadao communities from Karbi Anglong, Dima Hasao, Autonomous District and NC Hills of Assam. The festival served not only as a celebration of Thado cultural identity but also as a platform for reaffirming the tribe's historical and ethnic roots. Speaking at the event, senior BJP leader Michael Lamjathang Haukip, a leader of the Thado community, took a firm stance on an important issue that has been a subject of debate in recent times. He emphatically clarified that the Thado tribe of Manipur is in no way linked to the Kuki community, rejecting any claims that suggest an ethnic connections between the two groups. The celebrations was marked by traditional dances, music, and a display of indigenous Thado artifacts, as well as discussions on the community's social, political, and cultural aspirations.
Today is a momentous day for the Thado indigenous tribe of Assam. So we all came together to unite and to celebrate our long-lost Thado cultural identity called Hun Thado Cultural Festival. It is a festival celebrated in the month of spring. It's a spring festival, and it is a celebration of the sprouting and germination of seeds which we have sown. The Thados of Karbi Anglong, Thados of Dima Hasao, Thados all over the world have come together to revive the long-lost Thado cultural identity. We came here to motivate the Thados of Assam who have been rooted with the history and the culture of Assam state.
In response to a recent surge in rabies cases, the District Magistrate of Churachandpur, Dharun Kumar S., has issued stringent order under the Epidemic Diseases Act 1897 to contain the spread of the disease. Following confirmed fatalities and multiple reported cases of rabies in certain subdivisions, including New Zoveng Village, Churachandpur District, the District Magistrate has declared New Zoveng Village a containment zone. This declaration prohibits the movement of domesticated pets, especially dogs, into and out of the village. Additionally, all pet and stray dogs are mandated to be identified and vaccinated under the supervision of the District Veterinary Department. The public health response includes door-to-door surveillance and health checkups conducted jointly by the Chief Medical Officer and the District Veterinary Department. The sale and transport of the domestic animals, specifically dogs, are strictly banned during the containment period. A dedicated control room has been established to coordinate emergency responses and address public inquiries. Non-compliance with these measures will result in penal actions under Section 292 and 293 of the relevant laws. The district magistrate emphasized the importance of immediate medical treatment for anyone bitten by animals, urging residents to seek treatment at government hospitals equipped to administer the necessary vaccines free of charge. The containment measures will remain in effect until further notice, contingent upon the evolving situations and recommendations from concerned authorities. In response to the rising number of rabies cases in Churachandpur district, the Director of Health Services, Chambo Gonmai, visited the district today to personally assess the situation. During the visit, a crucial meeting was held at the conference hall of the Deputy Commissioner Office, Mini Secretariat, where various key stakeholders gathered. Officials from the district administrations, veterinary department and health department were present to review the current scenario and discuss coordinated efforts for controlling the spread of the disease. The meeting primarily focused on preventive measures to curb rabies transmissions, including ensuring the availability of anti-rabies vaccines. Participants also discussed the importance of launching public awareness campaigns to educate the local populations about the risks of rabies and necessary precautions. Furthermore, the stakeholders emphasized the need for effective coordinations between the various departments to ensure a comprehensive and unified response to the ongoing health crisis. In an operations, the Manipur police managed to rescue a 47-year-old man, Laitongjam Dilip Singh, who had been abducted from his residence in Patsoi, Part 4, Imphal West District. The incident, which occurred when unknown assailants arrived in a white Bolero vehicle, sent shockwaves through the region. As soon as the authorities received intelligence about the abductions, they wasted no time in launching a targeted cordon and search operations in the Nambol Foizing area, located under the jurisdiction of Nambol Police Station in Bisnupur District. The operations was a success as it led to the arrest of 2 individuals allegedly involved in the abduction identified as Kundrakpam Rakesh Singh, also known as Thomba, age 30, and Kundrakpam Charles, age 25, both residents of Nambol Foizing Awang Lekai. Their arrest was made at the residence of one Kundrakpam Inauton Singh in the same area, and it was here that authorities were able to rescue Laitongjam Dilip Singh, who was safely freed from their custody. In addition to this major breakthrough, a significant haul of items linked to the abduction was recovered. The item included the white Bolero vehicle that had been used in the abduction, 3 mobile handsets, a wallet containing 4,500 rupees, and a voter ID card. All of these were seized from the arrested militants who are being believed to be connected to the UNLFP. In a bid to disrupt the larger network of insurgents operating in the region, security forces launched follow-up operations in vulnerable and sensitive areas across both the hills and valley districts of Manipur. The operations, which were designed to assert control over areas suspected to harbor militant elements, led to a major recovery of weapons and ammunition, highlighting the scale of insurgent activities in the state. The first major breakthrough occurred in the Laisoi Hill areas under the Kaibulamja police station, Bisnupur district, where security forces recovered a large case of arms. Among the seized items were a self-loading rifle, SLR, a carbine machine gun, a modified .303 rifle, a double-barrel gun, and numerous magazines and live rounds of various calibers, including 8 live rounds of 5.56 mm and 4 live rounds of 70 mm. Along with the firearms, authorities found protective equipment such as BP helmets, bulletproof vests, and several camouflage items like pants, shirts, and capes, all of which are believed to have been used by militants to carry out operations in the region. These items were recovered from various concealed locations, including plastic sacks, gunny bags, and polythene bags, indicating that insurgents were trying to hide their arsenal from authorities. The second part of the operations focused on the Kamaral area, located under the Sekmai police station in Imphal West district, where more weapons and military-grade equipment were uncovered. The security forces were able to recover an additional SLR with a magazine, a modified .303 rifle, 2 pistols, and 2 air guns, among other items. Also seized were several magazines for various weapons, including a 9 mm carbine magazine and several 7.62 mm LMG magazines. In addition, security forces found an assortment of camouflage clothing, including vests, helmets, and shirts, all of which are typically used by militants in the field. These findings suggested that continued presence of armed groups in the area and their ongoing efforts to wage guerrilla warfare against the government. In a parallel operations, the security forces made another significant arrest in the region. Ahong Sangbam Naubi Singh, aged 42, an active member of the KCP PWG, was arrested in the Khongsom Kheba Ching area of Thoubal district. Singh had been involved in extortion activities in the Khongsom area, a hotspot for such criminal operations. Upon his arrest, security forces seized a loaded M20 pistol with a magazine, 2 live rounds, a mobile phone with 2 SIM cards, and a two-wheeler, all of which were used in furtherance of his illegal activities. Following this, another member of the KCP, identified as Maibam Tomba Singh, also known as Loya, age 42, was arrested in a subsequent operations. Tomba was detained from his residence in Kurai Kongpal Laishram Lekai in Imphal East District. A search of his property led to the recovery of a 9mm pistol with 6 live rounds, 2 mobile phones and 2 SIM cards, all linked to his extortion activities and involvement in insurgent networks. Governor of Manipur, Ajay Kumar Bala, visited the National Sports University campus at Kautruk, Imphal West, to evaluate the ongoing construction and development of the university's infrastructure. During his visit, the governor inspected several construction sites within the campus and chaired a high-level meeting to review the project's progress and address any challenges. In the meeting, key issues such as power supply, water access, land acquisition, and road connectivity were discussed in depth. Representatives from NBCC India Limited provided a comprehensive update on the current status of the project, including the construction timelines, upcoming phases, and long-term expansion plans. The meeting was attended by various senior officials, including the Joint Secretary from the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, the Secretary to the Governor, the Vice Chancellor of NSU, Commissioners, Secretaries, and the Deputy Commissioners of Imphal West. Governor Vala urged all stakeholders to expedite the construction work and ensure that it is completed within the stipulated deadline. Following the meeting, the governor interacted with students of NSU, addressing their concerns and suggestions regarding academics, infrastructure, and career opportunities. As part of his visit, he also planted a kusum tree on the campus in support of the Ek Peड़ Maa Ke Naam campaign initiated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. A week-long training program was on promoting scientific beekeeping for livelihood security under the All India Coordinated Research Project AICRP on honeybees and pollinators was inaugurated at the College of Agriculture, Central Agricultural University, Kau, Imphal. The event was organized by the AICRP, ICAR, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi, with the aim of empowering local farmers and promoting scientific beekeeping techniques for livelihood enhancement. The program was formally inaugurated by Professor Indira Sarangtem, Dean of the College of Agriculture, Kau, Imphal, who graced the occasions as a chief guest. The inauguration ceremony took place at the college conference hall, where several dignitaries were present, including Professor N. Brajendra Singh from the Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, Kau, Imphal, who presided over the event, and Dr. K.H. Ibohol Singh, co-principal investigator of the AICRP, and Professor U. Chauba Singh from the Department of Horticulture, who were also guests of honor. In her inaugural address, Professor Indira Sarangtem emphasized the importance of scientific training and its potential to improve the livelihood of local farmers in the region. She encouraged the participants to adopt advanced techniques in beekeeping, which would not only benefit them economically but also contribute to the overall development of the agricultural sector in Manipur. She also highlighted the significance of the training program in empowering the youth and farmers of the region with knowledge that would improve productivity and sustainability. The training program is being attended by 30 participants from 9 districts of Manipur, including Imphal East, Imphal West, Thoubal, Bishnupur, None, Tamenglong, Ukhrul, Kamjong, and Senapati. The participants will be trained in various aspects of beekeeping, including scientific methods of hive management, pollinations, and honey production. Resource persons for the program including Dr. Nilima Karam, Principal Investigator of the AICRP at Kau, Imphal, and bee professionals Arambam Suchitra Devi, who will conduct various sessions on the latest techniques in beekeeping. The training program also includes interactive sessions which will allow participants to share their experiences and learn from experts in the field.
Honey from the wild or naturally producing honeys we are only harvesting in olden days, but now we are in a trend of this culturing or rearing of honeybee and their harvesting of honeybee, then byproducts of honeybee. Because continuous years we are starting, and when this a creep honeybee comes, then we started, we got some of the startup or some beekeepers friends. Then we started coordinating, and then those who don't know before how to rear, how to do all these techniques, they became knowing and they started producing honeybee. And before this,
Pukrambam Anand Singh, a member of the All Manipur Kidney Transplant Patients Welfare Association, made the state proud by winning a silver medal in the 5,000-meter race walk at the National PZI Transplant Games 2025 held in Chandigarh. Anand Singh, a kidney transplant recipient, showcased remarkable resilience and athleticism, securing a podium finish in the prestigious event. Upon his return to Imphal, Anand Singh was warmly welcomed at the Imphal International Airport by his fellow members of the association to express their pride and admirations for his achievement. The welcoming ceremony was further graced by members of the Celine Digital team and youth workers from the Thamna Pokpi Youth Workers Club who gathered to honor his accomplishment. The Deputy Commissioner of Kendra Vidyalaya Sangathan KVS Regional Office Tinsukai Tauremt Pritam visited Kendriya Vidyalaya No. 1 Imphal, Lamphel on the 3rd of this month. An alumnus of the school, he addressed a morning assembly which featured cultural performances by students that revived nostalgic memories of his school days. During the visit, he met officials from the Central Public Works Department, CPWD, to review the progress of the ongoing construction of the school's permanent infrastructure. He stressed the importance of completing the work within the stipulated time frame to ensure a better learning environment for students and teachers. Pritam also interacted with Class 12 students, encouraging them to set high goals and maintain a balanced life through stress management and good health practices. He urged them to pursue excellence not just academically but also in their personal development. In a separate sessions with the teaching and non-teaching staff, he discussed various issues related to academic improvement, student support system, and overall school development. He also highlighted the significance of the National Education Policy 2020 and the National Curriculum Framework 2022. The visit reaffirmed KVS's commitment to holistic education and inspired the school authority to strive for continuous progress. Yesterday afternoon, a massive fire broke out in a multi-story commercial building located at Thangzam Road, New Bazaar, Churachandpur district. The building, which housed several businesses, including 3 pharmacies, a vehicle spare parts shop, and 2 grocery stores on the ground floor, was engulfed in flames. Upon receiving an urgent request from the district administration, Assam Rifles promptly mobilized a quick reaction team which was equipped with water browsers and firefighting apparatus to assist in containing the blaze. The troops played a crucial role in crowd control and perimeter security, ensuring that the fire department could operate unhindered in the densely populated area. Following coordinated efforts of the fire department and Assam Rifles, the fire was brought under control by the evening. Assam Rifles has reiterated its commitment to providing all possible assistance to the civil administrations and ensuring the protections of lives and property during emergencies. Now the headlines once again. Manipur peace talks hits roadblock as Kuki delegation's reluctance undermines progress on key resolutions for inter-community trust. Kokormi declines participations in recent peace talks, criticizing the government's approach to Manipur crisis. Violence erupts again in Konsaram village as large groups of armed men attack villages over a land dispute. And Meitei BJP MLAs participate in Thado Cultural Festival in Assam as Thado community rejects link with Kuki. Now that's all for today's bulletin. Thank you for watching ISCOM Primetime English News. Have a good night.